Your Highness, what in the world are you doing up? It's almost the third bell. What business could you possibly have in your father's study at this ungodly hour? You couldn't sleep? Oh dear, that potion I gave you, is it not working? Oh, I'm terribly sorry. It's never failed me before. Perhaps you're made of stronger stuff than I am. Then again, with that brilliant mind of yours, I suppose I should have expected it to take something a little stronger. Well, not to worry. I'll take another look at the recipe. In the meantime, let's get you out of here, It can't be good for you to be surrounded by all the memories. Oh, Your Highness. Well, I suppose that's only natural. His Majesty did spend a great deal of time here. I know the two of you were very close. The way he'd mutter to himself under his breath, his quill scratching endlessly, interrupted only by the occasional sigh and stretch. I often had to remind him to get some sleep too, you know. He truly was a devoted ruler, the gods rest his soul. I can't even begin to imagine how I'll fill his shoes, but I assure you, I'll do my very best. Aren't you sweet? That's very kind of you, Your Highness. Trust me, you'll be the first to know if I need any help. Though it does tend to take a while for messages to get across the mountains and back. Huh? Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. Don't worry your pretty little head about it. Now, here, let's get you to bed, shall we? Ah, damn, me and my big mouth. I was going to tell you over breakfast. I had this whole grand reveal planned and everything. The servants were going to bring me the letter, resealed, of course, so that it did look like it had never been opened. I was going to open it in front of you and read it silently, my gaze flickering over to you now and then, letting the suspense build, till your curiosity just couldn't take it anymore, and you'd inevitably demand to know what it said. Oh well, I suppose now it'd be cruel to make you wait until morning. I have good news, Your Highness. Well, not Your Highness much longer, I suppose. Soon it will be Your Majesty. The Princess of Ravenswood has accepted your hand. Yes, isn't it grand? Of all the neighboring royals, we couldn't hope for a better match. True, it's a bit far away, but it's a vast kingdom, very wealthy too. You'll be well looked after. Oh, come now, my dear, you'll be fine. She'll adore you, I'm sure. Who wouldn't be taken in by that withering glare and biting wit? I'm just teasing. But we're not likely to get a better offer. You know that was your father's final wish, to see you settled somewhere. Well, of course it was. His will said so. And since he named me his successor, it's my duty to see his final wishes through. It's the least I can do for him. I know, Your Highness. I admit I was under that impression as well. We had all assumed that you would be the one to succeed him. I can't pretend I know why he'd change his mind, particularly without telling you. But either way, even I can't alter a royal will. No use crying over spilled milk, as they say. Now, my dear, ruling a kingdom is no easy task, you know. Perhaps this is why he wanted you to be married. He just couldn't bear the thought of you being under the same sort of pressure that he was. It would be enough to make anybody crack. But once you're away from the palace, you'll be able to build a life of your own. Have a family. Find happiness. That's all he ever wanted for you. That's all he ever wanted for you. At least give it a chance, won't you? For him? And if it doesn't turn out to be all rainbows and roses, well, you can always write to me. I'll always be here for you. Oh dear, don't cry, Your Highness. Please, forgive me. Now, it really is awfully late. I may not know everything that went on in your father's mind, but I do know he wouldn't want you to be here all night, drowning in your sorrows. Yes, I know. I'll see you in the morning. I really must look into improving that potion for you. Can't have you sporting dark circles like that at your wedding now, can? Wait. My dear, do you happen to know why this is open? Strange. I can't imagine why he'd have left it open. He was always so meticulous about his desk. A place for everything and everything in its place, as they say. Just a moment. What's that in your hand? Now, Your Highness. Don't play games with me. I can clearly see you're hiding something. Why don't you show me? It's nothing, is it? And that's why you're suddenly avoiding my gaze. My, just look at you. As tense as a bowstring, eyes like a deer about to bolt. What's got you so... Not so fast, Your Highness. Yes, I know. Terribly rude of me to freeze you like that, but you left me no choice. Now, let's have a look, shall we? A key. No doubt the one that opens that drawer there, am I right? But why would you be snooping around in there? After all, the only things in there are a bunch of legal documents, letters, affidavits. Or perhaps the king's real will and testament? Oh, it's no use pretending, my dear. The answer is written all over your face. What exactly are you accusing me of? Why not just come out and say it? You can't really think I'd stoop so low. Fabricate your father's will in order to take the throne? How long have we known each other? I've changed, have I? Come now, your mind is just playing tricks on you. It's just the lack of sleep. I really must take another look at that potion for you. Oh, really? But then, if it's not a sleeping potion, what could it be? A draft of suggestibility? My, very impressive. There's no hiding anything from you, is there? Well done, Your Highness. Well done indeed. Still, I do wish you'd just kept taking it. Then we could have avoided this whole mess. I think you already know, my dear. That mind of yours has always been frighteningly sharp. You would have made a wonderful ruler. It's no wonder the king named you as his true heir. Well, of course he did. Not that anyone will be able to prove that now. There might be a tiny piece or two left, but even the strongest mending spells won't work on a pile of ash. My, such language. I suppose I deserve that. But on to the real issue. What am I going to do with you, my dear? I'd hate to have you go running your mouth to the rest of the court. Not that anyone would believe you, but even so, I'd rather avoid any unnecessary complications. Perhaps some time down in the dungeon will help you see some sense. After all, you did just accuse your future ruler of treason. I'd say that warrants some time in a cell, wouldn't you? Don't struggle, my dear. What good will it do? Even if you manage to escape, you have no hope of accusing me without proof. If you're smart, you'll accept your fate and let me marry you off to that princess what's-her-name. You'll still get a kingdom, just not this one. That sounds fair, doesn't it? But if you try and fight me, rest assured, I'll have no choice but to show you the true extent of my power. And I promise you, you've barely scratch the surface when it comes to my magic. It seems you're not going to be cooperative, are you? Very well, Your Highness. Don't say I didn't warn you. Oh, don't worry, my dear. You'll see soon enough. Careful. You may be able to move again, but I wouldn't advise trying to run. At any moment you'll... Ah, there we go. Trying to fight it, Why am I not surprised? Still, you won't be able to resist for long. Yes, you can feel it, can't you? Your body is growing heavy, the fog of sleep seeping in, clouding your mind. You can feel the darkness surrounding you, pulling you down. You can barely keep your eyes open. Just give in, Your Highness. Now, close your eyes and let yourself... Oh, dear me, that was quick. Perhaps I should have had you sit down first. Not to worry, my dear. I've got you. Shh, there now. No more fighting. Just sleep, Your Highness. Yes, sleep.